What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to Meekville. It's your girl, Mika Stay Fly. Now, when y'all see me here, just know that we getting ready to spill some tea, all right? It's story time. My stories are going to be, pretty, yeah, for the most part, they'll be like PG-13, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're meant to be lighthearted, just kick back, relax, get your laugh on, and just, I don't know, I'm wanting to take you away from whatever stress you have going on in your life for a few minutes, all right? So I'm going to do that by spilling a little bit of tea about myself. For the most part, they probably gonna be like some embarrassing stories or whatever. For the most part, they're stories that I've never told. So, with that being said, today's story is about the time that I almost had to square up. I almost had to box a little middle schooler, y'all. I almost had to box this little girl in the 7th grade. Sis came for my life. All right, so what had happened was, this was back in around 2003, 2004. I had just graduated from college. If you know me, you know that I major in nursing. I am an RN. And when I graduated from college, for nurses, after you graduate, you have to take the state boards. Now, some people take state boards immediately after graduation. Some don't. It really just depends on when you decide to register for the exam and then when they approve your application. So at this point, I don't believe that I had taken it yet, and I was not yet working as a grad nurse. So for that reason, your girl needed some money. I was broke. Do you hear me? So my sister-in-law just happened to be a teacher. She was teaching computer science at a middle school around my way. And let's just say the middle school was in the hood. It's okay though. We love hood. I come from a hood. I myself, I too am a product of the hood. So it's all good. It's all good. I'm just telling y'all that for a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, to get y'all minds ready for what was going on. All right. So sister-in-law was pregnant with my nephew, and she was on her way to maternity leave. Now, she had my nephew on his birthday is the Ides of March 15th. All right. So y'all have an idea of like around what time it was when she left for maternity leave. So I had her class from the time that she left to maternity leave until the end of the school year. So it was a few months, right? You know what I'm saying? So this class was computer science. It was seven periods. Yeah, middle school. So it was definitely 7 periods. Excuse me, y'all. My nose is itching. So it's 7 different classes of preteens, y'all. Preteens. Yeah, by the 7th grade, you probably like 12-ish, 13. So preteen, like right at that age when they start feeling themselves. So I'm going to be real honest with y'all. I did not take this job. Well, let me back up a little bit. So my sister-in-law did everything she was supposed to do. She had her lesson plan down to the T. Every single day, she had marching orders for me. They are supposed to work on this. Like everything was laid out in her lesson plan. I didn't have to do nothing but give them the assignments, right? However, when I got there on my first, probably about my 3rd day, I realized that them kids was like, girl, F them plans. F that. Like, you are a substitute teacher, and we finna treat you as such. And me being who I was, who lived by the rule of work smarter, not harder, I didn't give a damn. I was like, baby, it's y'all grade. It's y'all grade. So if y'all don't want to do duty squats, then that is fine by me. All I need for y'all to do is act like y'all got some goddamn sense for the 30, 45 minutes that y'all got to be in here with me. After that, baby, I don't care what you do. So, and I also should add that my aunt was the principal of the school. Well, not my aunt, but my cousin. She was my dad's cousin. So my cousin was like the principal of the school. So I kind of had a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, little connections, a little nepotism going on, you know what I'm saying? Sister-in-law, classroom, aunt is the principal. So I was like, hey, I'm still gonna get my check regardless. As long as y'all behave, it's all good. Keep in mind, I'm fresh out of college, so I'm young. I'm 23. I'm about 5'3" in height. So I looked pretty much like a teenager back then. You know what I'm saying? So them kids was like, yeah, we finna do our own thing. It was all good. I didn't have no issues with that. Like I said, as long as they handled their business, as long as they, you know what I'm saying, were cool, it was all good. So y'all know how it is in school. Like your first period, maybe like first through third or fourth period, it's kind of chill because it's, you know what I'm saying, like the beginning of the day, you haven't really had time to like really get crunk. You still kind of charging up a little bit. So that was the vibe for the first half of my day. But this particular girl, I believe she was like in my 6th or 7th period class. Child, by the time those classes roll around, they be whole monsters. They be whole gangsters. You know what I'm saying? They done ate. They done got a little bit of energy. They done had lunch. They done sat through 4, 5 classes, and they ready to get the hell up out of there. So this particular day, we in 7th period, and the class, I don't know, baby, they was just very rambunctious that day. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, all they had to do, it was a computer science class. So y'all could get on the computer and play games. That's really all they had to do. But this particular day, one of the students, who happened to be my little cousin, he got into it with one of the girls in the classroom. Now, I don't even remember what the argument was about, but, you know, they was kind of turning up or whatever, and I was just like, you know, y'all simmer down, you know what I'm saying? Like, calm down. And they did for a short period of time, but then Lil' Cuz said something else to old girl that she didn't like. And at that point, she decided that enough was enough. So all I know is I saw a shoe fly across the classroom towards Lil' Cousin. So I was like, oh no, girl, what you doing? You can't throw no shoe across the classroom. Like, are you serious right now? So at this point, she was already riled up. You can imagine, like, if I done threw a shoe at you, baby, I'm cussing, I'm doing everything else. So she was, I'm sick of his beep, 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 and beep, 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 and F you, and da, 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 da. So when I said something to her about throwing the shoe, her frustration rerouted from him to me. And she was like, bitch, F you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, oh, no. Pause. Rewind. I'm going to need you to take it down a little bit. Because what you're not going to do is talk to me like you talking to him. So she was like, F that, you ain't going to do da, 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 da. So now she real hyped up. So I was like, all right, leave. Just get your stuff, and get out of the classroom. I don't care where you go, but you're not going to stay in here. She was like, you know, just selling out, y'all. Selling out. So now I got to get up from my desk to emphasize that I mean business. Like, baby girl, I told you to leave. And you not finna keep cussing at me. So let me get up and direct you to the door. Now, I didn't approach her. I just got up from the desk and I went to the door and I, was opening the door. Like, y'all know how the teachers got to make they got to make they dramatic, like, they go and they open the door and get out of here. You know what I'm saying? It was that type of thing. So I got up, and as I'm going to the door, she calling me everything but a child of God. When I tell you that girl cussed me out from A to Z, baby. She cussed me out like I was a dog on the street, honey. I ain't been cussed out that bad by grown people. Cussed me out. And I was like, it's okay, whatever. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. She was calling me every other name. I was like, that's okay, I'll be there. And the kids was like, ooh, of course they hyping it up. Now, our little cousin, the doggone instigator, he over there laughing. He done almost got his head knocked off his shoulders with the goddamn shoe. But now that he see that me and her, we, you know what I'm saying, having words back and forth, he over there just kicking. So I'm like, whatever, you gonna get out of this classroom, though. I'll be there. You call me whatever you want to, but you gonna get up out of here. You gonna get, I had to put a little bass in my voice, you know what I'm saying? So she was, I'll beat you. And baby, when she said that, I was like, oh, you gonna learn today? So she grabbed her little backpack. And she, y'all know how sassy teenagers are. Like about 13. No older than 13. Between 12 and 13. So she grabbed her backpack and she was like, oh, puss ass hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like really like going in. And I was like, yep, that's fine. That's whatever. Call me what you want to. So now at this point, we are like, I'm standing like with my back up against the door frame and I'm holding the door open like this. And so she has to, like in order to go under the threshold, go over the threshold, she got to kind of like walk past me like this right here. So she gets up to me. Now I'm 5'3". 5'3". So we about the same height. So she got right there in front of me and she paused. And looked me up and down. And baby, when I tell you, we was like this right here, I hadn't already said, if she hit me, I'm gonna mop the floor with her ass. I'm taking her down. So at this point, teachers like in the hallway have already kind of heard the commotion. So it was a guy who taught, I think he taught like social studies. All the teachers was, for the most part, most of the teachers was black. So this teacher right here, he had like a little crush on me or whatever. He used to try to talk to me. Used to sell like bootleg purses out of his truck, out of his trunk and shit like that. So he kind of saw what was going on and was like, hey girl, you need to, and I was like, you better get her. You better get, because if she, and so you know what I'm saying, it was like that little pause. She stood there, you know what I'm saying, for about a good like 10 seconds. She looking me up and down, and I'm looking her up and